guys, it's Andy from Sold by Auctions. Welcome to episode 4, part 3 of our Sold by series, Fail to Prepare, Prepare to Fail. I'm going to talk to you auctioneers directly now. I'm going to try not to get worked up here because nothing frustrates me more than to see auctions get conducted by people, directors, sales agents who aren't focused on the task at hand and blatantly haven't done the preparation required to do a great show for your clients. So what I'm going to talk about is a couple of key tips that I would highly recommend that you go through in order to set yourself up properly for the auction itself. Now, a general point that I always think is really helpful for me anyway is making sure that you've got yourself a set routine before the auction itself. I'm not just talking about the 20 minutes beforehand. What I'm talking about is on the morning of, and even the night before in some cases if you've got a big day full of auctions. Make sure that you've got your routine set so that in the morning prior to the auction you're in auto mode, you're in autopilot, and you can focus on the task at hand, because those butterflies will start scrambling your brain if you've got a bunch of other things to be concerned about. And when you're a listing agent, or if you're an agent that's got a whole bunch of other things like opens and things like that to be done as well, you can get a little bit frazzled and you can get a little bit overwhelmed in the morning, and therefore you might take your eye off the ball when it comes to that crucial 15 to 20 minutes when the auction takes place. Key questions are the obvious ones that you know you're likely to get asked, which are things like your land size, your house size, age of the property, any easements that are affecting the land at all, so anything that could potentially disrupt or affect any future development, and any covenants that you've got on the contract of sale there as well. I always make sure that I do plenty of homework on the property, fine-tooth comb the contract of sale before the auction day itself. Normally at the start of the week I'll do that in case, look, at the end of the day we are all human, mistakes get made on contracts, so just having another pair of eyes has definitely helped some of my clients to make sure that their paperwork is absolutely on point for the day. One thing I would also say is refer to your agent as well. So if there's anything specific about the property that's significant, that has been asked on numerous occasions by purchasers, probably a good idea to know the answer to those questions as well. So make sure you connect with your listing agent and ask them, have there been any consistent questions about the property that I need to know the answers to? Sure that as the auctioneer yourself, making sure that you've got those figures in mind and you've set a strategy when it comes to things like, if it starts here, what sort of increments do I want to go up in? If we're miles off, obviously we're going to make sure we need to do big increments. If we're close to the mark, then you might want to show a little bit more flexibility. So playing it out in your head at the various scenarios is, again, very important before you get going with your auction, because if you can visualize what the likely certain scenarios are, then it allows you to have a bit of freedom to play them out with a lot of gusto and a lot of confidence as well. So make sure that you visualize those different scenarios and make sure that you've got that strategy set with your listing agent and of course the vendors when it comes to the reserve side. Going and introducing yourself to key buyers. So if your listing agent can introduce you to one or two key buyers, or hopefully a couple that have indicated that they may well lead off at the auction, breaking the ice with them I find is generally a really cool way to go as well, because they may feel a lot more comfortable giving you that first offer. So making sure that you give yourself enough time just to shake the hands of the buyers, see how they're going, see if they have any questions about the auction process itself, and making them feel comfortable enough to step out from the crowd and set themselves apart in the bidding process. And the other thing as well with that is doing your 2-minute trust builder with your vendor. It's so important to let them know that you're on their side. You're the one representing them and their home, and you're doing as much as you possibly can to get the best possible outcome in what is a highly pressured situation for them. Like I said, it just frustrates the heck out of me, and I'm trying not to go on a bit of a rant here, but this is a big deal to a lot of these clients, to all of these clients. So the least you can do for the sake of those 15 to 20 minutes where you're out front and center is do a bit of preparation, get a bit of homework done, go through the contract, make sure you're above everything, and making sure that you're communicating nice and clearly to your agent, making sure you're breaking ice with the buyers, and making sure you're getting trust of the vendors. I hope you found that useful, guys. Looking forward to speaking to you next time. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch, and we'll see you real soon. Take care.
For more information, tune into our Facebook page or follow us on Instagram.